The problem with being a business owner is we usually get into owning a business on the basis of there's an implicit understanding that a business is bigger than you, and you are therefore going to be taking other people on board, and therefore you have one of the greatest capacities to leverage yourself in that you've ever discovered, which is the power of other humans. You got people around you. You got a team now. But what I'm going to say is that we are not well geared for that. I know that most mistakes I've made in business relate to me hanging on to functions for a lot longer than I should. And even when I did hand them over, there were two mistakes I made. The first was that I would hand something over incompletely, so I wouldn't completely give over responsibility to the other person. And failing that, I wouldn't have given an adequate brief as to what my expectations were. And then the one step beyond that, I know I said only two things, but the one step beyond that that I'd often get wrong is just not being tolerant of the person I've handed something off to having a ramp, a time to get better at something. And even if, say for example, you hand off something and you do it well, you design the process, you videotape, record yourself doing it, and then you have a really good definition of done. And if you're going to focus on doing this well, you need to be able to define what done looks like, so you give that other person you're handing it off to an appropriate chance of success. If they can do it 70 to 80% as good as you, that's probably enough. And also, when you're defining done, you're not necessarily defining how, other than sharing where you think that there might be quicksand. If there's quicksand, of course, you want to inform people that don't proceed down that pathway because of these reasons. But otherwise, allow them some latitude to do things the way that they believe that they should. If you get one person doing something at 70% as good as you, that might be frustrating. But imagine if there are 2 or 3 or 4, you can never beat that. So make sure that you become a master at handing things off, and you are an expert at defining what's done, so you can scale and grow your practice. Have a great day. Oh, and if you watch this on replay, type replay so I just know how many people get to see it live or later on. Cheers.